drops, no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
Hi. As always, how's my sound? Still don't trust myself. Yeah, what a day. What a day. What a day. Hey, everybody. So I got a suggestion because chat is moving faster and I've got a lot more people coming in, which is fantastic, but it's really hard to say hello to absolutely every single person, even though I want to. I really, really want to. So going forward, here's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna try my best to remember what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna start at the bottom where we are right now, and then I'm gonna go up instead of starting at the top and going down. So once I start, and then later on I'll say, anybody else that I see that I haven't said hi to yet. But anyways, so if you guys have questions, like good questions or comments that you want me to see, put like a queue, or you guys can decide the best way to get my attention for questions, just so when I'm scrolling, I don't miss anything. And then we're gonna try that. We're just gonna try to work around my terrible memory. Red question marks, whatever's easiest for you guys. Just get my attention to your post, so when I'm scrolling, I can like stop and be like, oh wow, hey. And it can't be any of the members emojis because I don't see those. Like I see your regular emojis. I don't see the special ones that I made for members. So we're going to try that today so we don't get too far behind, because there's quite a bit that we're going to talk about today. 6 months. I am beside myself today. Having said that, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Sarah and Heather, hello, hi. Sailor Moon, just me, Donna, my R Saint Dragon. It's great that everybody's here. Jules on the beach, thank you. You could do question like this, absolutely. Whatever you think is going to get my attention. And remember, you're dealing with menopause brain, Dory. Just we'll work it out. We're going to get through the kinks so that we're not spending a million years just saying hi in chat, because it takes like 40 minutes, which is not good. Hey, Mary. And what is this? Jane UK. Great to see you. Hey, Sassy Cat. Joe Neal. Harley is just fine today. Grey Wolf, awesome to see you as always. Marie, love that you're here. Hey, Romo and Explorer. Hi. Lindsay, good to see you. Steph, thank you for being here. Christine, thanks so much. Hey, Kent, I see you're here somewhere. No more lies. Awesome. Thank you for coming. Carrie Hughes, hi. And I don't know if this is going to work either, because now I'm losing my place again. So Drippy, hey, good to see you. Peace Spice, always a pleasure. April D, hi. Did I get everybody? Rena, so good to see you. Seawood and Matt is Catter. I love that you're here. I hope you're feeling much better today. And Deanna, thank you so much. That is so nice of you. Thank you. I said hi to Kent, I think. And anybody else? Anybody else? Patty, awesome to see you. Oh, Roots is here. Hey, Roots. And who else? Cheryl, great to see you. This is going faster. I don't hate this. This isn't too bad. And anybody else? Oh, Lynn's here. Anybody else that comes in after the fact, after I'm done with this, we'll catch them. Make sure mods welcome everybody in. Jam, always great to see you. Sunny did a fantastic job. I have got my Kleenex is ready because we're going to play it, and it doesn't matter how many times I watch it. It's emotional. It's a thing. It's like I said, I'm having a day today, you guys. We're going to get through it together, though. True Crime Junkie, thank you so much for coming. And because the purpose of my channel is to hear what y'all have to say. Everybody has such good ideas and great comments, and it's a place that we can come and we can talk. I'm still going to try to hit as many comments as I can. But having said that, there's stuff that we need to, like topics that we need to talk about. So it's not like I'm never going to fall behind on chat because I'm going to do it, but we're going to try to do better. Donna, did I say hi to you? I think we can move on. Oh, Justice Jane, maybe not. I don't want to miss anybody. Allison, amazing to see you. April, I'm okay. My throat is still a little bit swollen, but Dayquil is the shit, you guys. I love it. Hey, Robin, good to see you. And Becca, I have signed up to search on the 15th. That's amazing. That's amazing. The world needs more people like you. This little mama, hi. See Taylor, good to see you. Hey, Carol. What is this one? It's me, Maritime Girl. It's me, Maritime Girl. Hey, Jackie, thank you for coming. It is. Like, if you sit down and you think, I don't want to start because I'm already getting emotional. Hi, Murphy. Joyce, hi. I'm going against everything I said I was going to do. Hey, Bobby, Murphy, Coldburn, hi. I was saying, you guys that are coming in a little bit late, I was saying I'm going to try a little bit different. Going through chat and just saying hi to everybody is very time consuming, and I want to, but it's not fair to make everybody sit here for half hour, 45 minutes while I'm just saying hi. So I'm speeding through it as much as I possibly can. And I don't want to miss anybody, but if I do, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody. Grey Wolf, is it true that Malaya was not interrogated? I mean, there's no way that we can know that for sure, but we do know that people on Malaya's side camp have said she was not called in. But again, how do we know for sure? Hey, Sarah, thank you for being here. Don't be stressing. I'm not stressing. You know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. The purpose of this channel is to hear everybody. And I feel like just ripping through is just not hearing everybody. But the highs are not as important as the conversations. So we're ripping. We're just out for a rip. Hey, I personally think that what Sunny done is so morbid. That is totally wrong. Doing that and playing people's emotions, shocking. Do you really? Are you talking about the tribute video? It wasn't intended to be that, and it is very emotional. And I'm going to play it. So if it's something that offends you, maybe this stream isn't the one for you. It's obviously not what I'm going to focus on, but I'm not a fan of AI, but I think she did a fantastic job. And it's not trust me when I tell you, making videos is not easy. So even if you can just appreciate the time she took in it to do that, but by all means, you can leave if you don't want to see it, because I will be playing it very soon here. And question, no new statements released? No. So I have it on good authority that we can expect the same documents just with further unredactions Monday or Tuesday this week. That doesn't mean anything. That my good authority just means that that's what they heard, right? When we get them, we get them, but it certainly would not be on a Sunday. I don't think it was interrogation. Interview is more accurate, right? And the language was used because it was recorded. I think that the person, Daniel, who told me that might not understand that everything that he says to law enforcement is recorded. So if he's not, if you're not read your rights, being detained is one thing, right? You can go in for an interview that is recorded. Everything is recorded when you're being interviewed anyways, but unless you're being read your rights and you have the freedom to get up and leave if you want to, you're not being interrogated per se. You know what I mean? And I just think that he doesn't understand that. It's not, that was what I asked him. What do you mean interrogation? Did they read you your rights? And when he said, "Oh no, nothing like that. It was just recorded." That just tells me that it was just another interview, and they let him know it was being recorded. You know, you guys know as well as I do, everything is recorded. Um, yes, everybody is kind of Cheryl. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, everybody stop phoning me. I get it. I see it. Oh my God. All right, so I had to switch. I don't know what is going on with this thing, but it's driving me nuts. So we're back to the sunny microphone. So just give me 2 seconds I gotta fix my camera, so I had to change everything just to get this microphone back out. I'm gonna plug this one in, so hopefully within half an hour I can switch back. And just give me 2 minutes, and then we're gonna talk really quickly about Darius McDougall before we move on. So give me 2 seconds. I think it must have died or something, which is weird because I've had it turned off since the last one. But anyways, if there's another problem with my mic, just let me know. I'll keep my eye on the chat. And here we go. So we all know that Darius McDougall went missing from Alberta just a little while ago. They had a massive search and rescue team out there. And when I saw this, it struck me today. And I wanted to read it to everybody just because of how, just so we can talk about the contrasts, right? In just even the words. A mother's cry that never ends. It has been almost a month since 6-year-old Darius McDougall disappeared from a family camping trip near Island Lake Campground, Crow's Nest Pass, Alberta. The world moved on, but his mother, Megan Bernicki, didn't. Hey, Justin. She's still out there, searching alone, praying, crying, hoping. They said he's presumed gone, but how can a mother believe that? I still feel him. I still hear his voice in my dreams. Every sunrise, she walks through those same trails. Every sunset, she whispers his name into the wind, because a mother's love never fades. A mother's hope never dies. Please don't just scroll, share this post, which I did. Send stars to support Megan's search. Every share, every star, every prayer keeps Darius's name alive, keeps hope burning. Let's stand with Megan and let's bring her little boy home. And I feel like we should be covering Darius's case. I feel like we should help Megan. Megan is asking for help. And what's the difference here, right? Malaya claims she still has hope, but it doesn't appear that way, right? Kent, this is a mother who doesn't know where her child is or what happened, but seems to me she wants to know. And it's not about talking on social media. It's about being out there, searching for her child. Searching for her child. She uses her social media to post stuff. She talks to media, whoever will talk to her, because she's looking for her child. It's a huge difference, and it's heartbreaking. And she feels like she's alone because it's not getting, for whatever reason, it's not getting the publicity that Jack and Lily's case got. And I wish
I wish there was time to dedicate to both cases equally, but I feel like Darius deserves some of our attention. So I am going to research a little bit more before I just talk about it. But I think I would like to dedicate a day a week to Darius, if everybody's okay with that. Even if you're not, I'm probably going to do it anyway. Just heads up. And I know Nancy Grace covered it, which is amazing, but I still don't see a whole lot on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. So this mom wants to find her son, and Jack and Lily deserve that too. It's too bad. It's too bad that Jack and Lily do not have that same level of concern and care from their mother. I mean, that's all I really want to say about Malaya today, because I'm just pissed. Pissed beyond pissed. Justin, I've covered it, or sorry, J4A. I've covered it a few times. I feel like there's something wrong with this case, truthfully, with the dad and his girlfriend, and the bio mother wants answers, and she deserves answers. I agree, and I think that Darius deserves our attention. Not that Jack and Lily don't deserve our undivided attention, but this is just as important. And there are other missing kids. There was another one just from Halloween. She's 17, I believe, but from New Brunswick, and she hasn't been seen since. And there's no Amber Alert or anything, but at what point do you... I don't want to switch gears, and I don't want to take away from Jack and Lily's coverage. I really don't, but I feel like this woman needs help, and we need to get the word out better, and we need to raise awareness and do all the things for Darius, just like we're doing for Jack and Lily. So all missing children, wouldn't it be great if we could just divide our time equally to all of these children who deserve it, who need it? I just, it's not good. Sorry, as soon as I said that I took my Dayquil out, I was feeling better, but my throat is still sore. Now I've got this catch in my throat. So what I'm going to do now, I think, is I'm going to play, heads up, Lori, I'm going to go ahead and play the tribute video. And I truly hope that, people who didn't like it or didn't appreciate it can kind of just suck it up and listen to it, or turn away for 2.5 minutes. And because I think it's, if I can find it, but I think it's important. All right, here we go. I want it full screen too. Where the hell is it? I don't understand this whole... What is this one? Okay. Remove. I'm going to share it again, because I can't find it. Can't find it. Here it is. Audio. One day, you guys. One day, I'll figure it out. Make a grown man. Well, you know what? I told everybody, get your Kleenexes ready. You should have them handy for this live stream. I know I do. It's been a very emotional day for me, for many reasons, and this video didn't help. So, but I'm playing it for Jack and Lily, you guys. It's what it's all about. So if you're all ready, I am ready, and I'm going to remove this comment, and I'm just going to play it, and hope you all enjoy.
in the woods where shadows lay. Jack and Lily went to play on a rainy May afternoon. Now we whisper hope's soft tune. Echoes of laughter fill the air, but where are they? We stand in prayer. Oh, Jack and Lily, where have you gone? We'll hold on tight through this endless storm. In our hearts forever you'll stay. With every prayer we send your way. Hundreds gathered, hearts so strong, searching deep where they've been wrong. Through the trees and storms they roam, wishing every child came home. Fatigued but fierce they won't give in. For every soul we search within. Oh, Jack and Lily, where have you gone? We'll hold on tight through this endless storm. In our hearts forever you'll stay. With every prayer we send away. We'll keep the hope alive today. In the silence, love will lead the way.
Please help bring us home.
Sorry, guys. AI is, I'm not a fan of AI, but I thought was, like I said, it humanizes them even more. They were never just a story for me, but seeing them brought to life a little bit, even though we know it's AI, is it's jarring to see it, because the last few days it's really kind of hit me that these little ones are out there somewhere. They're out there somewhere, whether you believe they're alive or they're not. They're out there somewhere, and I wish poor Belinda is the family member that comes to mind when I think of these kids have a family who miss them and want answers and need to find them. And it is heartbreaking to realize that Belinda is the only one that comes across as the family for them. And I know there's more, but we're not seeing it. And I don't feel it. And it's heartbreaking. These kids deserve so much better. So, I don't know if I want to read your comments, because it's probably all more of what I'm feeling as well. And it just, my heart goes out to everybody and anybody that is missing these kids, and worked so hard to search for answers, and I just thank you to Sunny for doing that. She knows what I think about AI. I think it's a cop out when we use AI to write stuff for us or to put proper punctuation and stuff like that. But it's a beautiful gesture, and it's very emotional. And I feel like I appreciate the time and effort that she put into it, and the heart that she has for this case. No matter what your personal opinions are, she cares about this case. And yeah, half a year. Where are they? And what can we do? What more can we do but keep talking about it? So, what a way to switch gears. But I'm going to do it. And I'm going to tell y'all, my title, The Psychological Masochism of the Janie Clips. I don't know about you, but every time I listen to them, I get more and more pissed off. But I keep listening to them. And that is psychological masochism. Like, just her, I can't even tell you some of this stuff, but this woman has no empathy. And I don't know if it was, well, it's more than likely because of the way she was raised and just the way she is. But this is the environment that these little kids were in for the last couple of years. And I don't think there's any mistaking and no matter what you want to call it, it is emotion when it comes to Jack and Lily. It's not positive at all in any way, shape, or form. And to think that now we're at 6 months and we have the audacity of these people to talk about everything that they've lost and everything that they're experiencing, instead of talking about Jack and Lily and trying to help raise awareness and just anything to help find these kids. We're not seeing any of it. And you can't hear. Oh, are you behind, Jane? Guys, does my sound good right now? Because I think Jane might be behind. Okay, yeah, you can. Janie talks about them as if they were a burden. Yeah. And like I said last time, Melissa, American Justice, she's going through and she's building this monstrous document with everything in it. And she is plugging away through those Janie clips with me. She's doing it on her own. She's transcribing it on her own, but she has questions for me once in a while. And it makes me go back and listen. And that's why we're so deep in the Janie clips right now. And anybody that listens to them more than once, there's no good in them. Do you know what I mean? Even when she's reminiscing, there's a certain amount of toxicity there, just her memories. And I don't know if it's aimed at Malaya and blaming Malaya because they think Malaya has the kids hidden, or if it's actually because of the way she felt about the kids. No connection there. My partner's mother acts the same as Janie, really cold. She has trauma from residential school stuff. Maybe so, and I'm not excusing it, but that's at least a reason or an excuse. Janie doesn't have that. And it's all about how she's feeling and her burdens and what's been taken away from her, or how her dog felt. And it infuriates me to the point where it's starting to affect my life. How fucking miserable that woman is. And like I said, there are other things that I'm just not comfortable talking about here right now. But I don't think that that was a far stretch from who she is on the daily. So it is absolutely sad and horrendous. And my heart goes out to Melissa going through those tapes and transcribing them for us all, so that all we have to do is click on a link and we can see who said and the references to all of these things. I'm sorry I'm missing so many comments. She is a vile person, but obviously mentally ill as well, antisocial, borderline, etc. Yes, and this person raised Daniel. Just throwing that out there. Janie not showing up at the vigil or Jack's birthday gatherings tells you everything about her. And because I've been listening to it so much lately, she had her reasons for not going to the first vigil. She didn't want to be bombarded with questions from reporters, but she wouldn't miss the next one. She will be at the next one. She wasn't there. And I believe that it's because public opinion didn't sway after she spoke. But I want her to understand it's because of the way she spoke, and she has not come out and changed anything that she said. She hasn't come out and shown us a different side of her. She did a little bit on DT, I guess, but not enough to make us think that she actually gave a shit about the kids while they were there. Roots thinks that she was resentful. I have a question for Daniel. Like, what seat in back of Malaya's vehicle did which child sit on the way home from May 1st, Westville? I mean, I can try to ask him, see if he'll answer that. She's backtracking on her pool story. She sure is. She sure is. And I know people are saying they've also heard where Janie said she heard, or she did not say that she heard Malaya shush the kids. But Durwood said that she said that, and Belinda, who I believe 100% heard that. And I think that I heard her say that, but I cannot find it. So I wonder if I've manufactured a memory, because I've heard Janie's voice so much, say so many venomous things about those kids and just her attitude towards the case in general, that maybe my brain manufactured this clear memory of her saying that herself. So I don't know, but if anybody can find it, like, I've got all the screenshots, I do, but I haven't heard it again. But it's in my mind. Her voice is in my mind, but I think maybe it's just a manufactured memory. I haven't seen or heard her in a while now, but I've heard that she was in comments the other day or week when Daniel was on DT's show, which I refused to watch. Same, Bren. And people sent me screenshots of that, and like everything that she said. And she even contradicted herself in the same live stream about the raking for the pool, right? We can maybe go over that a little bit later, but she changed her story within that same live stream. It's just bizarre. She's not motherly at all. I would love a child. Water in the circumstance. Was she so cold, at least towards Jack and Lily? I don't think you can fake that attitude and towards little kids. I think it's just the way she is. And I don't like being mean to people, but like I said, we haven't heard or seen her come out and try to show us who she really is. So that is what we see. Even in her interview, she's very abrasive and just I, me, I've lost, my dog. Like, what the fuck? What about Jack and Lily? What about not talking about them in past tense if you truly think that they're alive out there somewhere? How about that? That would be amazing. Durwood did say it. 100% Durwood said it. I am not mistaken about that. I know. And I know that Daniel had heard that at some point because he referenced it. He didn't say his mom said that, but he said it was heard, like Malaya was heard shushing the kids. Who else? It's like, I'm sure Janie said it, but we know Belinda heard it because we believe Belinda. Belinda didn't make that up. That was towards the beginning, so her mind wasn't full of all the bullshit that it's full of now. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't mistake that. You think DT likes Daniel? I think DT is, I don't even want to say he plays a good game, but well, I'm not going to read that out loud, but I think her intellect is questionable sometimes. I'll watch DT's show if I have a timestamp so I don't have to sit through it all. No timestamp. If you want, I can send you the screenshots of the chat, but I'm not interested in listening to it. There is responsibility that lies with every single person on that property. And I'm not saying Janie is responsible because she didn't get up that morning, because it wasn't her responsibility. But they're all responsible, in my mind. If everything they're saying is true about that morning, then they're all responsible for allowing law enforcement to spend so much time in those woods. Because there's no way that the police are just like, well, they must have wandered off. Let's spend a week in the woods. It's bullshit. Wouldn't have happened unless the family was sure of it. Thanks, Gren. Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you. It does. I know that you're very picky about who you listen to and what you watch, so I really do appreciate that. April, the reporter keeps moving away from her. But I do know that Allie does respect, and she, you know, she was relatable, I guess, and respectful to Janie, and that's how she got the interview. So I don't think that there was any kind of a, you know, I don't even know the right word I'm looking for, but I think that they had a good rapport going. So I don't know that it came off or that it was supposed to come off. I don't think Allie, has any kind of real issue with Janie. I'm sick of them all. Me too. And I cannot, every time that I want to do a live stream, I want to talk about something that matters, but how do we do that, you guys? How do we do that in this fucking cesspool? It's so hard to think of meaningful things to talk about in this case that's not just spreading more bullshit. I didn't think she looked scared. I thought she was trying to be empathetic, maybe? I don't know. On point. Hey, Brandy. Anybody else, too, that I've just been totally ignoring? I'm so sorry. Like Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. Thanks for being here. And I know that you're saying things that I should be catching, but I'm sorry. It's just, I'm not a YouTuber. Just FYI. Oh, here's a good one. See that? What is that? My Kia Sportage headlights are brighter than other types of vehicles. If Brad could get 2 types of vehicles at that time of night, we might be able to narrow vehicles down. But Mary, Daniel claims, and there's no proof to show he ever owned a Kia. The only person that I know at this point that had at least access to a Kia is Durwood, and only because he posted one for sale in August, months after the kids disappeared. So unless we're thinking that somehow Durwood is involved, I don't know that there's a... And then I also heard rumblings that Ron's wife drives a Kia. But how do we prove that? Without sending Roots back out to do some stalking. Hint, hint. Just kidding. Don't do that. I can't take the way of Malaya. I won't apologize for searching Jack and Lily. If you're saying you're not going to apologize to Malaya for searching for her missing children, Hats off to you. Janie said it in a Facebook group chat in an audio clip. I've got all the audio clips, Jem, and I've been listening to them, and it's eating my brain. Hidden on the fog, maybe it was Janie's voice. They all need to go to jail till somebody cracks. Yes, I did send Belinda a message earlier today. Her voice still sounds terrible. I hope she feels better soon. I think DT likes the views, in your opinion. That's what it's all about for an actual real YouTuber. Like, let's be real. I am a YouTube viewer. Hey, Robin. Hey, Colleen. Who had something in common with Sunny years ago. I had just finished recording my JonBenet Ramsey podcast, and she asked me to come up on a live and talk about it. That's how I met Sunny. And from there, she found out that I was obsessed with the Delphi case, which she had been covering. And that's the only reason why I got onto YouTube. I still don't consider myself a full-blown YouTuber, because the only reason that I broke away from Sunny is because I was sick of talking about the same shit. All I cared about when I was on those live streams, to be honest with you, is what the comments were saying, because that's where you get good points for conversation. We're never going to have a good, meaningful conversation if we just keep on going through Daniel's inconsistencies, Durwood's version of events, and then watching and listening to we're just never going to have a meaningful conversation if we're just like tunnel vision vacuum. So having said that, when you're a YouTube creator, the reason why you have a channel is because you want to grow your audience. You want to become, I don't know, do people get rich on YouTube? Like, I don't know, maybe that. And I'm not saying I'm not saying any of that, but what I'm saying is YouTubers care about clicks and views and subscribers. They do. That's why they're doing their channel. And I don't hold anything against them for that. But that's not what got me to where I am now. It's you guys that got me to where I am now. And it could have been Jack and Lily, and could have been some other case where so bizarre. What are you talking about? What do you think about Daniel saying his own kids said he abused Jack and Lily, Charmaine? Did he say that? I'm not sure. I did speak to Daniel a little bit about his other children and about not about his options, but just about whether or not he was going to try to get some sort of visitation with them, even if it's just a FaceTime call, to kind of try to keep a connection with those kids. And he says that he thinks it's for the best. He respects Christy's wishes at the time, just because of the publicity and stuff, which good for him. But kids don't and shouldn't understand or know what's going on, or all of the suspicion around their dad, unless he's proven to be guilty. That's not something that they need to be a part of. And I don't blame. I think that makes Christy a darn good mother. Keep her kids away from this. Set it in an audio clip, not text. Yes. And I need to find it because I can't find it. I've been looking. I wonder if there was a name on the receipt if attached to the pizza box. In SAS, they always ask for a first name. What pizza box? In the garbage? I do wonder why just now Brad Wong made his claim about 2 vehicles. Is this in the docs yet to be released? The unredacted? Keep in mind, guys, the documents that we're going to get next week are the same documents, just different portions have been unredacted. Right. So I'm no problem, Charmaine. It's the least I can do as a mod. Thank you. What is the closest to the quote you can get? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Wish I did. And here I am, stuck in chat again. That's okay, for the most part. Especially if the real dad sucks, young kids will want a kind man around immediately and be hurt if it doesn't last. Lobster, great to see you. Thank you for being here. And thank you so much for that super sticker. So you guys don't have to do that this time. It's all good. I don't have, like, I would never turn ads on, like the ad revenue thing. Like I always say I'm not monetized. I didn't realize this was a thing. But I get emails all the time to turn my ads on, and it's not why I'm here. I know roots, but I'm not really not technically. At heart, I'm not. It wasn't a Kia Sportage, it was a Rio, correct. But Durwood was selling a Sportage, and that's what I'm saying. And what are you talking about? What wasn't? The one that Brad Wong is talking about? That's what I'm saying. Find me the Kia Rio and who it belongs to, and we can go from there. But as it is right now, we're spinning our wheels on that friggin' Kia. What does Cindy drive? I have no idea. My dog is about to eat me. No, a Subaru, Charmaine, Ron's wife. Okay, good to know. Excellent. Thank you for doing that little, do not enter sign. I think it is needed to find the type and age of vehicle. You're okay. Durwood saying it was a 2015 Hyundai Tucson in Mike D's chat today. Durwood was in Mike D's chat today. All the stories keep changing. Hyundai. I wonder what drove him to Mike D's chat. Cindy drives a Kia too. I've seen that with my own eyes. Do we know yet who owns the black GMC truck that is parked at the black house? I suspect, without proof, but I suspect that it belongs to the son of the owner of the property, which is Bill or Marvin, or it could be owned by two of Durwood's family members, but those are the names, Merv or Mervin and Bill. And Bill is a former bus driver, but they're both in their 60s, late 60s now. With bus video, they should charge them with failure to provide for the children. Who? All my empathy goes to Chelsea and Belinda. Imagine. Question, what is the big dead grassy spot in front of their property from? Is that gray water line runoff or sewage rotting? Could be the water Daniel checked in. Irrigation needs to be, maybe. I read comments all the time. It's where you learn from, right? And you never know who's going to pop in. Never. Brad Wong said that Daniel's car was a black Kia that was very loud and was up for sale for engine troubles, and that the vehicle used that night. However, last night, Brad Wong stated spinning in the dirt. Hey, Angel. Just looking for Gren's next. I feel it had to be brought up in one of Sunny's lives because I heard it and only watched Sunny way back. Only time I've seen another channel is if Sunny had it on her show. Thank you, Where's Truth? A lot of us recall Janie saying Durwood mistaken, the shush shush at the end of the driveway didn't happen. And the end of the driveway didn't happen. I've heard her say that too. But that's not as suspicious to me as the shushing of the kids, because Belinda was told that. Why was she told that? Belinda didn't make it up. She didn't make it up. Janie told Belinda that. Just like Janie told Belinda she was raking potholes. There is no question in my mind that what Janie told Belinda is true, is the truth. She told Belinda that. Not the truth that she did that, but actually said that to Belinda. It's no question. So why did she change the story? And does it go along with being so out of her own routine that day? This is what I mean. Like, this is the type of lasting impression that that woman gave everybody. And maybe I'm out to lunch, but gee, that vehicle made 4 trips, and the 4th trip back was a different car, not his car that he was using the whole night. But my question for Brad Wong is, how did he know that the first vehicle then was a Kia? And how does he know for sure that it wasn't the Subaru that we know Daniel had? Those are my questions. Thank you, Squid Omelette. I thought you did that already. Thank you. Yeah, email me with anything, you guys. Does shush was said by Durwood and Sunny's? Yes. You and your talk to text, Kent, we're going to fight. And it was said by Janie in the chat messages, but I believe she corrected it right away to say that she didn't show the kids. That's what I remember. Type. Use your fingers, Kent. Because I know she said it, and I know it would be in the private chat, because she only ever spoke twice before the DT show came. She spoke on the news. She did her interview, which we didn't see until after the private chat. But then there were 2 days that Janie was speaking in that private chat. And I think I know that I heard her voice say that she did not hear Malaya shush the kids. But we know that Belinda said that she did on a private conversation with Belinda. So why are we changing the story? And does it matter? Does it matter? Like, how much should we be letting it eat our brains about Janie? Like, is she involved? Is she covering something up? Is she just this way just because this is the way she is? But Daniel said in those messages to Sunny that his mom's timeline is the gold standard. How can that be possible? How the fuck is that possible? I don't get it. Unless they're just telling him that. I'm not sure I believe those screenshots with his girlfriend Taylor. She photoshopped. No offense, I do not want to talk about Taylor. That is a complete shit show that I think is neither here nor there when it comes to finding information about Jack and Lily. Unless she saw something, knows something, and just isn't talking. I think Taylor, I hope she gets the help that she needs, and I hope that she's learned a valuable lesson from this, but I don't want to talk about it. I did note that he recently said his life was about Meadow, and this case never mentioned his other 2 kids. True. Janie told 2 people, but now denied the shush lie, but why, right? And that's where I'm at. And does it matter? Does it matter? Like, should we just throw the Janie tapes away and say, crazy old nasty, whatever? Or is it relevant still? That's where I'm at. because if it's irrelevant, then I'm driving myself crazy for no reason. But if it's relevant, we gotta keep listening to it. And it's cringe. I'm a chemist. How? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm a pacifist. Just kidding. Hello, new members. Thanks. My arse isn't dragon. Happens without a parent's consent. I'm assuming D suspects family, which why he doesn't use the word abduction. And also I did, whether or not he believes me or clued in or whatever, but I did let him know that his definition of abduction was mistaken. I did let him know what an abduction actually means, it wouldn't even matter at this point if Malaya had somebody take those kids off the property. At this point, they're missing and she doesn't know where they are. They've been abducted. Even with Casey Anthony, if Zanny the nanny was real, the second mom didn't know where they were and she could not get her child back, it became an abduction, even though she dropped her off with the nanny. It's still an abduction. And having to explain that, whatever, we're going to move along. He did say that on DT's show. He was fuming and said they interrogated his bio kids and they said he was abusing Jack and Lily. Ouch. Probably didn't bode well for him. That's just speculation. There's nowhere in any official document that has been released that his children said that. All comes from speculation unless you can show me where it's written in black and white. Then I call bullshit. Can't. 90% of this case is speculation, and that's infuriating to me. It's fucking infuriating. Because there were 3 people there that morning, and Daniel won't stop talking. Janie talked for 2 days and just spewed shit for 2 solid days. And the other one's not saying shit. In my opinion, she created an AI letter, and that's all we get. And then not a single one of them is out hanging posters. Daniel will go to the vigils and talk to the news or whoever else wants to hear him out. But I've yet to see them hanging posters. Daniel and Janie have a missing persons poster out front of their driveway, but Kent's buddy put it there. And I know the story behind that, Kent, but that doesn't matter to me. But this is what we get from these 2 little kids' family. Fuck. The way you interact with all of us in your live streams, you're welcome. That's all I care about. I want to hear from you guys. Exploring motives will help to direct our attention to the right area. I think so. I think so. Okay, so you're going to believe that one thing that Daniel say and yet say he's lying about everything else. I don't think you're talking about me. However, this is going to sound terrible, you guys, but hear me out. I will believe everything that Daniel says until Daniel says something that contradicts something else that he's said before. And then that piece of information, I don't believe anymore. But taking it as a whole, like an umbrella, all he's doing is lying, I think is a defeatist attitude. And I understand people that might think that I'm wasting my time or whatever, whatnot. But I hope that makes sense. I'm not going to give him a blanket statement, Daniel lies about everything. I'm going to listen to everything Daniel has to say, and then I'm going to figure out what he's not being honest about or getting wrong, and then I'm going to do my best to get that cleared up. Maybe that makes me crazy. I don't know. Maybe. Happy I'm growing my own channel. I really appreciate that you guys appreciate it, because I didn't know if it would. I didn't know. I seriously wasn't expecting more than like 20 people, because I did it because there were so many people, like about 20 out there saying you should start your own thing, you should do your own thing. And I thought like the 20 of us or 25 of us would sit around and shoot the shit and figure this out. That's what I thought. I was not expecting 205 people to be watching me, because I really have nothing new to say, but I refuse to sit here and pick apart everything that Daniel has said that's inconsistent. I'm not doing that anymore, because it's not helping anything. And I've got so much more of a problem with Janie. I'm sorry, but I do. I do. Hey, Blue Jay, how was the game last night? Just kidding. My heart goes out to you all. Am I that far behind? My dog gave up. Okay, I'm behind in chat, so I'm gonna voop, voop, voop. If I don't see any question or anything like that, then I'm just gonna keep going. No, Joe, not necessarily. In my opinion, in fact, I'm going to do Delphi with Travis. We're going to go through some appellate court documents. And there was something else too, and I can't remember what. I haven't got an answer yet, but I'm working on getting Delene, the lawyer, up here to talk to me about her theories and her thoughts, because I know she was everywhere, and there was a lot of talk about her being a fake lawyer. So I personally know that she's not a fake lawyer, but I want everybody to hear or be able to answer your questions, and I'm also trying to get Belinda to come up with me as well sometime. So it's not always going to be just me sitting here, blah, 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 but today it is. Got me thinking maybe Derwood hung at his cousin's. Maybe he is Daniel's father. Drippy. I'm not going to feed my dog. It's not supper time yet. What time is it? The time changes fucked me up too, by the way. So everybody knows. Jane is behind. Malaya and Daniel, they were in charge of the children, sent them to school bus. Video shows children's black eyes, etc. In your opinion? Black Kia SUV, which is more than likely a Sportage. Daniel also had a Sportage. But we know that Cindy wasn't there that morning. Like, we know that. Cold-heartedness towards children might be explained by a tough life, but it will never be an excuse. In my life, I refuse to continue the cycle. Correct. That's my point. There is a reason why Janie is the way Janie is. There is a reason for it. And I don't call it an excuse, because it is a reason, probably a valid reason. But what there is no reason for is to not have empathy, not be searching for those kids. Even if you didn't like them, they went missing from your fucking property. They were your son's stepchildren. And to come out and leave it like that, like the public perception that she just, not that she was glad that they were gone, but they were a burden to her. Her dog didn't like them. Like, it was just never good stories. The one time that you could hear a smile on her face was when she was talking about putting Meadow on the bus driver's lap so that she could get Jack out of the seatbelt. You could hear the smile on her face. Other than that, for those other 2 days, maybe possibly a little bit when she was saying Jack was a curious little boy. But you can spin that once you get this negative attitude towards what you're hearing. You could spin that to, was he past tense, was he a curious little boy? You know, like, and I understand she probably means when he was here, because she also talked about Meadow in the past tense, and maybe it's a sense of finality to her that she's no longer a grandmother. You know what I mean? Like, it could possibly be that that's where she's mentally coming from. But like I said, you cannot, I get you can't fake empathy, but you can choose your words and be kinder about two missing children than she did. And then to not come out when the dust has settled, and do you know what I mean? And try to do it again with not as much anxiety and aggressive anger. But I truly, after recently, believe that this is who Janie is as a person. And I have my reasons. I have my reasons. And there's a text from Daniel saying, so I can send you if you'd like. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I wish I did. Okay, somebody would Debbie just wants to say, as a 65-year-old grandmother, I would search, fight with every bit of myself to search, talk to media if the mother wouldn't. Absolutely. Kind of what Belinda is doing. And I think the part that gave everybody the worst taste in their mouth about Janie was the whole, you ever ask yourself why Belinda didn't look for her kids or try to see her grandkids for 2.5 years? Do you ever wonder why? Yeah, I did. And then I fucking asked her. That's what I do. I asked the question, and then Belinda explained to me, because Malaya was starting a life with this new man. She just took for granted that her grandkids are okay, that she would get to see them again. She didn't want to intrude on Malaya's attempt at a new life away from her son. Makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. And knowing that there was a plan, a phone call, trying to reconnect in March, makes me believe that Malaya was trying to build that support system back up that she had severed. But we don't get to hear that out of Janie. We just get to hear how Belinda has been gone for 2.5 years. And I mean, even Earl, I was more of a grandparent than anybody. Like, go fuck yourselves, honestly. Can't say something nice, then shut the fuck up. And then maybe that's why she's so quiet now. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Holy smokes. I can't even see Brad Lawn, so many cars. Really? What am I missing? I hate that I'm anti-Janie today, but if y'all knew what I knew. Fucking bullshit. I'm gonna go down because there's a little bit of a, I want to talk about this now. Did you guys see this? Let me know if you've seen it. I'm going to scroll to the bottom. I'm glad you guys don't think I'm crazy. Good. But did I miss it when I say, are we wasting our time? Anybody that's coming in, I'm seeing names and stuff that I haven't said hi, but thank you. Hi. Is a puppy looking to eat or go outside or just get snuggles? All of the above. Thank you, Layla. I'm not putting comments up because then I get stuck on them. Tells me he puts it up, I suspect. What's this? They have one, but it keeps blowing down, so Daniel tells me he puts it up, I suspect, when anybody's going to be around. And I do know that the stakes are flimsy. I would think he'd want it up. Stop it. Malaya made a phone call at 8:26 to Cindy, and Janie first stated she thought she found out about the kids missing before Ron called her at 8:48. That was also brought into consideration. I don't remember that, Gren. Gosh, there must be nobody else live. Why is there so many people watching right now? You can choose your tone, absolutely. That's my point. And you're speaking of 2 missing kids, 2 missing babies. And by that time, it had been 2 fucking months. Why are you so angry still at the kids? 6 months for 2 toddlers just up and disappearing is just impossible to believe without someone knowing what happened to them. Right. Unless it's one person who knows what happened and is just doing a fantastic job of covering it up and keeping it quiet. I can never believe that more than one person could keep a secret like this indefinitely. By having conversation with people, you are becoming more relevant than the other channels who just want to keep repeating the same thing in different statements. Well, I mean, I don't. Just to be clear, it wasn't my intention to become more relevant, or I wanted to hear from everybody because, like I said the other night, the vacuum isn't working because it's so full of shit right now you can't even breathe. So, regarding the 3 adults who were on the property when the children disappeared, they are grown-ups and shouldn't need other grown-ups to defend them. If they are truthful, that's the only defense they need. Right. Right. And if you're telling what really actually happened, shit doesn't change. Okay? We have things sometimes that are added because our memories get better once the dust settles. That can happen. But to completely change and deny that you ever said something, why? Hey, CJ. In Southern Mammal. Tom, hi. I had a few words with people in the comments on A Balance about Belinda's situation. I don't know what situation. What situation? Hey, everybody that's come in. I'm sorry, I'm not hitting all the comments. That's actually why I wanted Belinda. And I mean, her voice still sounds terrible, you guys. So I want to wait till she's feeling much better. I want to know how she knows that. Because my point was number one, the audacity to sue CPS right now for anything, honestly, especially a grandparent who's not speaking out, who's not publicly looking for her grandchildren. The audacity. But you'd think if she's starting a lawsuit against CPS, that would open her up to a plethora of questions that I don't think she's wanting or willing to answer. So that's why I'm questioning it, and I want to know where she heard it from. Regardless if it's real or not, I asked it where Jack and Lily are, and it answered Halifax, which I don't believe. Every single person I talk to thinks the parents are involved. Phantom Punkit, are you asking like a Ouija board or something? Right. You love my dog? I do too. And the louder you are when you tell him he's handsome, the more he loves you. He just gets so excited. Was the only alert I got during yours, Charmaine, and his are usually super short. What? Mike NXN was the only alert I got during yours. I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry. It's probably super simple. Someone knows. They do. Somebody knows. Somebody knows where the kids are. Well, Mama, good to see you. Lori, or sorry, they don't even talk like their grandparents. They just care what people think. Yep. Told that to the family. They all think they're helping by going online. Maybe they're right. Who? Who's going online? Where do you think the RCMP goes from here? I don't, man. Hopefully they're hitting all the bases. Hopefully they're talking to Durwood again about the about the Kia that was sold. Hopefully they took HRD dogs to that black house. Hopefully people can get to the bottom of who is staying at that black house, who is accumulating garbage at that black house. Does it matter? Maybe, but maybe not. But even if there's the slightest possibility that there's evidence or some kind of an answer, in whatever scenario, they need to be running it down. And I hate to say it, but people need to stop tipping in every little thing that happens. You don't want to discourage tips at all, and I don't. But if something, never mind, just tip everything in. She's inciting hysteria. How? By asking a question? I don't know who her source is, Lori. She could have a decent source, but she's never given me a reason to doubt her. And whatever. I agree. I understand that you start to recognize and know your neighbor's vehicles. I get it. But I don't know. I don't know. I agree that you can see lights coming and going from Brad Wong's house, but I don't know how you would know exactly what car it was and who was driving it. But it's all, the RCMP need to look at it. And we know that when Daniel was called in, it was to ask him what he searched before officers arrived on scene on May the 2nd in the morning after 911 was called, whatever. You only have to imagine your own baby's missing and what you, your mom and dad and bro and sis would say. This is also wrong, right? And she does get emotional when she thinks about, like, if her own kids went missing, she would be hysterical. And she has absolutely no problem calling out Malaya for not being hysterical. But then she turns that like pseudo empathy off to continue talking about Lily's scream and Jack not wanting to walk and, you know, all of the really, really nice grandmotherly things that she had to say about these two little kids. You definitely have something here with your channel. It's growing daily, is it? Hey, Brookie Cookie Butterfly. Yes, screaming frustration and just crying a pillow. Just where is the heart of the family that want to find these kids? Where are they? See what example, telling everyone Malaya blocked her and then said it might have been Cindy. Do the public need to hear that? Inciting, in my opinion. Well, in my opinion, yeah. It was good to know that the one person that was trying to reach out to Malaya to get answers was blocked. That is relevant to me. And whether Malaya did it or Cindy did it, same fucking house, same camp. So it is very relevant, in my opinion. I told you, I'm just angry today because I've been listening to Janie for so long and I'm just... As a nurse, isn't Cindy court mandated reporter of suspected abuse? No, you're absolutely right. Of course. Of course. I've known that Cindy was suing CPA for a month now, not new info. No, I know, but the fact that Belinda brought it up made me wonder what questions would Cindy be exposed to now? And to me, the absolute audacity to sue CPS while, like, is she doing it because of Meadow? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, he's not going to wait anymore. He wants to go outside. I'll be right back, guys. Should I play a video? I don't think I have. Actually, I do. I have the pet video that I forgot the other night. He wants to go outside. So he wants to go outside. So I forgot to play this video the other day. There's no sound to it. So if you sent me your pet pictures and didn't have a name with them, they don't have a name on here. But here you go. All right, Harley, let's go. And then we get to the ones that did have a name attached. So, and I know, like, if anybody sent me their, from now on, if you're going to send me pictures of your pets, make sure the subject line says pets or whatever. Just that they don't, because I get a ton of emails, you guys. Just make sure that it's pointed out somehow. So I don't want to miss anybody. Deanna thinks that Cheryl knows more than what she's saying, and I think that that's a pretty fair assumption, just because she was Malaya's confidant for so long. But these people are like a vault. They won't talk. So I saw something that I wanted to address. Somebody didn't see the garbage bag. Just a minute. There's the garbage. Like, you tell me, that looks to me like it wasn't just tossed out of a moving vehicle. They're stacked there nicely. It'd be interesting to see if any wildlife, or if the bags have been ripped open by birds or ravens or anything at this point, kind of gauge how long it's been there for. But who's accumulating garbage there? Or who is purposely walking over there to put their garbage in front of somebody else's house? And why? Charmaine, Belinda is going the wrong way to get guardianship by interacting on social media in an ongoing investigation. I'm just wondering if you're a lawyer, and the That's why I want Daleen up here to better explain it to everybody, but it's not exactly the guardianship that's going first, right? It is the right to have access to, the right to have updates, the right to be considered a family member, to be able to get updates that I think she deserves, in my opinion. So I want to get Daleen up here so she can better explain what is actually happening because of attitudes like this that we just think, we think, Daleen is a fake lawyer and none of it makes sense because why would you get guardianship of 2 missing kids, blah, blah, blah. That's not exactly what's going on here. So stay tuned. Hopefully she'll agree. We'll see. Oh, what else? Should I go to Charmaine and Team Moo? Was that my dog? He does sound like a cow, doesn't he? Jenny is 2 fries short of a Happy Meal. Again, it's not that I don't believe what Janie says. It's like what Janie says that we have on tape doesn't jive with other things Janie has said to other people or typed in chat rooms herself. So it's a problem. And it's no different than the problem with Daniel. No different. And the credibility thing that we have with the credibility that you're having with Durwood's story, exact same thing. None of his leads have panned out. And to believe something so full-heartedly, to risk everything and lose your house and blah, 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 everything that's happened to him, and still not have information that led to the kids or anything, I don't know that I'd still believe the stuff that I've been fed. You know what I mean? Can you do a poll on Daniel? Jane, if I knew how to do a poll, I absolutely would. Let me see. Let me see. No, that's not it. I have no idea. I'll try. I don't know if I'm behind or not, Lori, but I kind of said a little bit that it's not what it seems. And it's just, I know what Belinda announced. I do. And I think that was a long time ago. And her knowledge and plan has evolved a little bit. And we are going to find out about it. So stay tuned. For a woman who is known to be on her phone 24/7, I find it hard to believe that someone took her phone and pretended to be her without her knowledge. Who? Try the block if you're bothered. Absolutely. I think that's very safe to say that there's more going on with CPS than people know. GPS data on vehicles, driver's seat and front passenger seat GPS data can even give body weights of driver and passenger. It's for airbag deployment, so they can tell who was driving it. Right. Didn't Wade say Cindy called CPS in December? So is Cindy suing because they maybe, absolutely. And I've also heard, I don't want to say it was from Daniel, but it might have been from Daniel himself. It said Cindy is the one that reported Malaya to CPS. Don't quote me on that, but I think so. Jules, they tried to intervene in February. They got a U-Haul. Cindy and Wade. Malaya changed her mind. And then I also heard that Malaya changed her mind like up to 2 weeks before the kids went missing. Has anybody else heard that? Or is that another manufactured memory on my part? So, Mama, well, you got time. Drippy, if you want to send me pictures of your beagle, I'd be happy to include him. Daleen, no one has the right to say Belinda is doing anything in the wrong way. Until you lose 2 grandchildren and get no answers, then you can judge. Right. And to understand what we talked about the other day is different than what we all believed was going on. So I think it's important that the public knows what steps are being taken and why, because it's important. It's important. And you're very welcome, everybody. I'm doing my best. If I missed any pets or things that bring you joy, anything like the wild horses in Alberta, it's not on purpose. It's not because I don't want to. It's just, it might be because you didn't put that it was pets in the subject line. And like if there was no substance to the email, I might have missed it. Why do you think Janie changed her story from raking potholes and then raking for a pool? I don't know. It could be, and this is just my opinion, like I said before, it could have been just a nothing, because she had said she was waiting for Daniel to go and grab his tools to help her fix the fence. And then she went on this kind of a long explanation about how if you were a carpenter, you would know that she couldn't balance the board and hammer it in at the same time, whatever she was saying. She grabbed a rake and she said raking for the pool. But before that, she had told Durwood and she had told Belinda that she was filling potholes. So it could have been just as simple as waiting for Daniel. There was a rake right there and a pile of gravel and she was raking. Why would she change what she was raking? I have no idea. But that's an innocent explanation for raking anything. So why not just say that? Why all the defensive, changing of your story? Like a DT is in his chat. She said one thing at the beginning and then by the end of it, she was saying something completely different. Like why? What is the big deal? If there's an innocent explanation, what is the big deal? Besides, no big deal. You're just so busy defending yourself that makes all of us wonder, what the fuck are you defending yourself against? If it's an innocent explanation, you wouldn't have the problems that you're having right now. Starcat, where was Durwood Thursday night with Daniel, in your opinion? I mean, good luck asking them. Because they get so defensive. You can't ask them anything anymore. If it's too personal, I apologize. I don't feel like you need to answer it. Oh. I saved my 2 sons from abuse and they're awesome adults. Why was a certain person timed out for 10 minutes? I have no idea. I don't get to see that stuff on my end, Marie. Charmaine, Wade said one day before, that's why I think Malaya was addicted. Okay. Daniel stated on DT that Malaya planned to leave 2 weeks before. Yeah. Is this for information to the case on CPS involvement with the kids? If so, advise your client not to disclose this info to the public. Are you a lawyer, Lori? Just wondering. Honestly asking. I'm honestly asking. I feel like anybody that doubts that Daleen is a real lawyer at this point need to listen up. She's a real lawyer. I have personal firsthand knowledge. And if there was something to advise her client to do or not to do, it's been advised. She has been so advised. Thank you. In your opinion, thank you. I feel very negative today. Anybody got my rant emoji, even though I can't see it? I should put them up. I feel like I've been ranting for an hour and 40 minutes. Because it puts you in this space. Like, Why do you hate everything so much? Hey, Henry, I read that. That was funny. I have no idea, Gren. I'm reading. I'm doing my best to, and I know I'm missing so much. No, I know you're not implying that she's not a lawyer, but a lot of people have. But I'm saying if, you know, she is a lawyer, and if there was something that her client needed to be advised, I am confident that Daleen will have advised her. All right. What are we talking about? Who lied to DT? Let me guess. Let me guess. Anyways. So, I mean, she was probably told that, Layla. There are a couple of funny stories that I want. That's why I want Daleen up here, because it's not my story to tell, but I feel like yeah. Negative Nancy's don't help either. Are you calling me a negative Nancy today? I know, and I feel terrible for it. Of course, there's 235 people watching me be a fucking asshole. It's not what I'm about usually. But go figure. If Jack and Lily were malnourished over time, their tiny bodies would shut down quickly in a week or so. Are you suspecting because they were at school on Tuesday? So maybe. Wasn't it M who called her a fake lawyer? It was first, and then that caught fire and it went around, and then other creators were questioning it. And, you know, Mr. Hemi, a little surprised to see you here. Don't you have me blocked on other chats? It's fine, I don't care. Sometimes we have to be assholes. Yeah, but I don't think, you know what? It's just the 6-month thing and the vigil and the shit that we've been seeing lately and the stuff that's been flowing around lately. It just makes me angry. And then you throw on top of that helping Melissa with the Janie clips and re-listening and trying desperately to find that clip that I feel like I know I've heard. It all feeds into negativity, and I'm not usually this negative person. Do you know what I mean? So, yes, it's so frustrating because we're at 6 months. 6 months. These little kids are so, and I keep looking over because I have a picture of Jack and Lily, and I'm showing you a fucking couple bags of garbage. Like, I'm no YouTuber, you guys. Anyways, I also wanted to watch this. Let me see here. I think I go to entire screen. No. Then I go here. This one. I'm going to share this and then the audio and then this. And I think that this, I don't know if it's helpful or not. I truly don't. But I want to listen to it again. And I might even listen to it twice, to be honest with you. Because I feel like it matters. Default view, no. Let's go full screen. Why not? Ready? I'm going to mute myself first. Oh, cool. I can see the flicker of my candle. Nice.
Friend Daniel Martell at the search scene the day after Jack and Lily disappeared.
I didn't miss the first vigil, and I would definitely not miss this one. Definitely not on Jack's birthday. It's an important date for everybody over the last 6 months, and I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Brooks Murray did not attend the vigil. Her family says she quietly marked Jack's birthday with her mother, and gifts from the vigil would be delivered to her. The children's paternal grandmother, Belinda Gray, says she appreciates the outpouring of support.
People have beautiful hearts, and I know if we give them a chance, everybody can help. Everybody can help, and everybody wants to help. So I think this is beautiful.
Angela McIver, CBC News, Stellarton.
There is a clip somewhere, and Kent probably knows the clip I'm talking about, but Daniel actually says in this clip that he may not be the best voice for Jack and Lily. Did you all see that somewhere? It was definitely in the same interview, but this one has been cut differently, so that's why I assumed it was the same interview. This is what you get when you share your thoughts? No. I mean, I hope that I'm not being disrespectful to you. I'm feisty today for nothing to do with you, but the points you bring up are points that need to be talked about because it's stuff that's going around. And like I said, it's nobody's fault that it's kind of misinformation or misunderstood information because it's never been clarified, but there is a clarification to be given. And I am not a lawyer and I am not comfortable I gave a little bit of it, but I probably fucked it up. So absolutely not. You are allowed to say what you want in here as long as you're respectful. And normally you don't get the genie side of me when I'm trying to speak to you. And I apologize for that, Lori. Ooh, what? What happened? People are laughing. Fill me in, please. I saw on Clutch that he heard Malia was out drinking and partying. Have you heard the same rumors? As a matter of fact, yes, I have. Now that he said it. You did, Kent. You missed something and I asked you a question and I'll be damned if I can remember what it was. So. What did Marie do? You were busy reading from 20 minutes ago? Am I? No, I'm not. I'm at the bottom of chat. What are you talking about? I thought I was on Charmaine's channel, not DT. When? I checked out the lawyer. I didn't listen to hearsay. I checked out the lawyer. I didn't listen to hearsay. I do my own homework. That's good. Same. And I checked out the lawyer by making her lawyer. Once something is thrown in the garbage, it's public property with strength. Why didn't you grab the garbage? Okay. Hey, Joe Hunter. Hope you and yours are doing okay. Hope she's doing well. Give her our love. And I don't know. Just give me one. I probably shouldn't do this. So I'm going to put Jack and Lily's pictures back up because I don't want to, I have to get out of this screen that I was sharing to see if there was anything else that I was kind of waiting for your opportunity to show. I know that I had Janie's clips up and ready to go, but I don't think that today is a good day for that. It's Jack and Lily for 6 months, and that is the most important thing that we need to talk about and understand, that the family that we think are supposedly looking for the kids, or should be looking for the kids, they're not in the conventional way. So what could they possibly be doing privately? If they're so sure that the kids are alive, and Malaya has so much hope, well, why isn't she looking for the kids? Publicly looking for her kids? The clip is near the end of the vigil where Daniel said that, but that's on, like, the vigil video that I have is the one that was done on Kent's phone. So, and I don't know that Kent's phone is the one that interviewed Kent. So I did think it was this one, but that's what I was wondering. What makes him, because he's the only one, like, other than Belinda, he's the only one that was there that day who is speaking up. No matter what you think about it, he's the only one that's speaking up for Jack and Lily. So in a lot of ways, I think that there are no bad voices for Jack and Lily if he's helping keep the case in the public. Do you know what I mean? That sounds so fucked up when you're talking about Daniel, but hey, look, everybody, Sky Painter, she got that bench from the west coast to the east coast of Canada in 5 days. It's unreal. I had my windows open, wanting it to be colder still, but I live in BC. Yeah, it was 11 degrees here Celsius. It was a beautiful day today. That was a DT move. I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is why. It was in one of the interviews with the reporter about the vigil, the one where he said that he wouldn't miss it for the world. I can't tell you which. This is what we just watched, but it cut off before he said, I'm not sure that I'm the best voice for Jack and Lily. And that's exactly what I was asking Kent where that was. And he's gone to put his groceries away. So the little bits that we can each do matter. They count. They count for something, in that we all have, there's so little that we can do when it comes to looking for Jack and Lily. And literally the only thing we can do is help each other, talk to each other, keep the conversation going, keep their pictures out there. It's got nothing to do with donating money, or, no offense to Kent or anybody else, but sending money to buy a decal or bracelets or anything else like that. It's keeping their faces out there and keeping their names out there and keeping the case relevant. And if that is only on YouTube, then that's where it is. But I will say, though, mainstream media has done better with this case than a lot of others. You know, they keep revisiting, and I think it's because of the personal attachment that certain reporters have with the families, right? We're an hour and 55. I'm not 100% sure that there's a lot more that we need to talk about today. I want to do the vigil video, or not the vigil video, sorry, yes, correct. You put the link above. I can't get links. Can you send it to my Facebook, please, Roots? Just because I can't get links on StreamYard. The only thing I have left is the Janie clips. I'm not doing that today. I've already said my piece about the Janie clips, so I think it's important that we move on. Waiting. Interesting, Melissa. I see that. Roots, are you sending it to me or what? Should we just end it here? You put the link above, I know, but I can't. She definitely knows what happens to the kids, just like Cheryl does and Justin. I'm not sold on Justin. Full transparency. Okay, I'm not seeing it. It's not coming. Sorry, guys. Didn't Sunny play the vigil? Maybe. And we played the vigil. I streamed the vigil when it happened. That video that I have does not have what I'm looking for today. And it was a good video. It wasn't like something done with a cell phone. I feel like it was on a news story. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Oh, loading ad. Of course, there's an ad, you guys. Let me share my screen. No, this one. Audio. I love how you guys get to hear my narration. Audio up. I'm gonna mute myself.
Lily and Jack Sullivan are in the woods near their home in Lansdowne Station.
Everything's been searched at this point, so I think everyone's just looking to, what's the alternate, what could have happened to the kids other than being in the woods.
The kids were reported missing from their home in Pictou County on May 2nd. Since then, there have been extensive searches with cadaver dogs brought in and RCMP combing through more than 800 tips and over 8,000 video files. Despite little results, Martel says he's doing everything he can to advocate for the kids.
I'm just trying to keep the public informed as much as I can. And I don't know if I'm the best voice to be speaking for Lily and Jack, but I'm still going to do it anyway and for the kids.
Martel was one of many who attended the silent vigil at Stellarton's RCMP detachment to mark Jack's 5th birthday on Wednesday evening. Many of who came with the hope the event will keep the story at the forefront. For the maternal aunts of the kids, the last 6 months have been difficult, especially with speculation and accusations online about the family.
Absolutely miserable. It's a nightmare that I wish we could just wake up from, and I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
Vigil organizer Kent Corbett says the event is an opportunity to show support to the family and bring the community together.
We can let the family know that Pictou County and Nova Scotia and beyond are not going to rest until we find answers and bring Jack and Lily home.
Pictou County's warden adds their disappearance has significantly impacted the area, but cautions against speculation about the case.
They belong to all of us. It takes a village to raise a child. Well, it also takes a village, the whole county, to protect these children.
For Martel, he's touched with how many people came out for the kids.
People are still standing here in the cold just, for Lily and Jack, especially Jack on his birthday.
Angela Capobianco, Global News, Stellarton, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, I don't think that he was high. I think it's more than likely he is, at the very least, trying to get clean, if for no other reason than to be able to continue to see Meadow. There are mandated requirements, and one of those mandated requirements is to have random drug testing, right? So I don't think Brother Justin is involved. He had too much to lose. He might know now, but in my honest opinion, no direct involvement, just a thought. And I do know that they recently had their baby. Thank you for commenting, but I don't think that he has involvement. And I know other creators do. And I do know that Belinda believes it's possible. But I just see things differently, but I wasn't there. So it's my belief Kent is doing an amazing job. Never mind the haters. We will not forget Lily and Jack or stop searching. I agree. And I could be wrong, but I think it is everything leading up to the morning that makes people more aggressive with the negligence claims. Yeah, it's fair. Oh, thank you. If I could retain anything, be even better. Shar, just want to say thank you for all your hard work and loving, caring heart. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jackie. I appreciate your support. To date, we know nothing about Malaya, the mom, and it's disturbing. She's not being a voice for Lily and Jack, right? And for People Magazine to come out with that article without knowing, and I give them the benefit of the doubt that they did not know what we've been dealing with Malaya, made her look like superstar, and then Law and Crime grabbed it. So I truly hope that Nancy Grace does better, but I'm so thankful that they did grab the case. They have millions of subs. So 2-year-old James Bulger case, his mom was getting served in a shop and let his hand go for a second. He was abduction found. Yes, that was a brutal, shocking case. She was working. Charmaine broadcasted Kent's feed from the vigil, correct? I did, Charmaine. She was also seen around Halifax at a nail salon. Yeah, she is literally living her life, you guys. And without any, and I don't mean standing in front of a camera or going in YouTube chat rooms. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about the norm where we use our social media to get a message to people, especially a message like this. She did it on day one. She wanted an Amber Alert. She didn't have a problem posting that. So why isn't she using that same platform to post missing persons pictures? And if she is doing it, but she's keeping it private or to her friends only, again, you're not getting the word out anywhere where it needs to be. And I think that if she was doing that, friends would get sick and tired of all the attacks and screenshot it and show us that she is doing it, just not publicly. So I call bullshit. The Meadow looks, yeah, she does look much healthier now. You're not wrong. I've never, ever gotten a black eye in my life. And I've even been in like fights in high school and never once a black eye. Motive looking at each of the key people will help. Motive to me is black eye, no more money for children coming in, and having Meadow taken away as they would have been charged. I think I get it, and I agree. Devil's advocate, love that. Maybe Malaya was too scared to speak up, maybe threatened to keep her mouth shut about what caused the kids to go missing, just a thought. Plausible, but at 6 months in, at what point do we give up the goat? What point do we put an end to this? They can't do this for the rest of their lives, in my opinion. Anything else? I saw the other comments too. I do not think that he was high, you guys. I asked him point blank if he was drug tested, and he said, like after his accident, and he said no, he wasn't. He was still able to see Meadow. They randomized those drug tests. He never knows when they're coming. So, and he's still seeing Meadow. So you have to think that he's passing his random drug tests. So Cheryl's teeth were clenched as well. And I've heard that Daniel outreached his hand to shake their hands, and Cheryl obliged and shook Daniel's hand, but Haley refused. He absolutely is. Daniel acting like 3/4 of the people there don't suspect him. But I think he has a good idea that he is very highly under suspicion, at least in the public realm, and yet he still goes to these things, and I can't wrap my head around it. Do you know what I mean, Drip? Like I don't really understand. Malia would get so much support if she told the truth from the beginning. And let's face it, you guys, we're so starved for information at this point. If Malia would come out and speak, as long as the story made sense to the timeline that they gave, I think that she would get a lot of support as it is, even now. We'd want to know where the fuck she's been. But I don't think she'd be going through the hell that Daniel's facing. Hard to retain stuff with this case because stories keep changing. Yeah. I would like to know who made Meadows' bottle Friday morning. It's probably Malia when she was up trying to call her fucking mom. Let's be real. And she was awake. Is Cheryl that was in the video Malia's friend? Yes. Beside Haley, that is Cheryl. That is Beach Selfie Cheryl. Jessica. Unsure. I know that Justin Clutch Them Pearls reached out to Nancy's producer, and the producer did get back to him and said they would look into it. So I do not know if they're going to pick up the case, but, you know, gave some tips on how to reach out to Daniel and get him to talk, and hopefully she does. Oh my God, he wasn't high. He's probably trying to send a message to Malia to get out and speak up for her children. Maybe. I personally think he's angry at Malia right now. That's just my opinion from the things that I've heard. Correct. Thanks for having a level head on your shoulders. I would probably be in a mental institution if I wasn't able to just base my opinions, even though sometimes I get out there with my thoughts and what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, and I just have to give myself a little bit of time and say, does that make sense in common sense? Is that grounded in reality? And you put yourself in that scenario and you go through it step by step in your head, and you're like, why would anybody do that? Or do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thankful that I'm able to do that. So I appreciate you noticing, because we'd all be screwed if we didn't have the ability to listen to our common sense brains and not let the masses and the other, like the coverage and stuff, just engulf and influence our own minds and our own opinions. So CIS can order abstinence of legal, and they have. I'll tell you right now that they have. They are not allowed to drink. They are not allowed to smoke marijuana. They are not allowed to do any drugs. The only thing that they are allowed to do is smoke cigarettes or vape. And that I do know. So you sound like a local who knows who the druggies are. And you know what, Star? I think that a lot of people, that a very small county, population-wise, and it is common knowledge who or where to go to get certain substances. I don't think that that's a stretch for anybody that's lived there for any amount of time. And I talked to a number of people in Pictou. I think it's unlikely he is high due to random drug testing to see Meadow. The day we hear that he was refused a visit with Meadow is the day that would be reasonable to start speculating that he is back on the junk. Yeah, but she's doing it a lot quieter than Casey Anthony did. Hey, Addie, thanks for being here. Just about to end it. What do you think? Do you guys want to see that 6-month memorial video again? I have a feeling Sunny is probably going to be going live, and I don't want to encroach on anybody else's live time. This is and you don't want to call it an anniversary. It's the 6-month mark. It is heartbreakingly devastating that we're here, and we're still dealing with pretty much the same information, the same inconsistencies, the same questions that we've been dealing with for months. And that's my biggest frustration. How can we as a community be no closer to figuring out anything in this case? It's heartbreaking and mind-boggling. I don't think she's hiding out. I think she still lives on her reserve. That's what's wrong. People are starved for info, but I'd rather not hear from anyone involved in this because it's biased. Right. And my whole agenda, I guess, here is to take all of it and compare it to whatever we've heard. And you guys all have these great minds, and I know I have the ability to really, scrutinize what we're reading and compare it to what we've heard before. And there has to be some truth somewhere in here. There has to be. But the one truth that nobody can get past and that nobody will ever get past is that if you, and I don't care if I'm talking about Daniel, Malaya, Janie, Durwood, if you truly, truly believe these kids are alive and being hidden, go look for them. Physically, go look for them. Would anybody in this room right now not be out pounding on doors, not be talking to the media every chance you get, standing on the street giving away, missing persons flyers? Is there anybody in here that would be doing what these people are doing? Any of them, if they truly thought the kids were alive and truly hope the kids are alive, because that comes out of the mouths of Daniel and Malaya a lot too. Not Janie and Durwood. They believe the kids are alive, period, the end. Daniel and Malaya always throw in, there's hope. So if there's hope, why aren't you looking for your kids? Hi, everybody. Hi, Brian. Hi, Cher. I'm just about to end this, and I asked if you guys wanted to watch that tribute video again. Did Janie say the kids were out with her while she was raking? Yes, absolutely. And when she went in the house for supper, she has no idea when the kids went in the house. That's what Janie said in those clips. She sure did. Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. I don't know what that means. Yes, ma'am. This case is so mind-blowing. I now see how easy it is for kids to go missing. I got my grandson a GPS tracker. Yeah, I've sewn those Apple tracker pods into my grandson's shoes and his backpack. He's 9. I feel like a spinning top every day. I'm angry with different people. It's triggered by rumor, which is stupid of me, but Malaya partying and nail bars rattles me. It absolutely does. And I really feel like there's some truth to that, considering the sources. And there's no way around it. Am I that far behind? Is anybody answering if you want to listen, if you want to watch that tribute again before we go? Because I'm going to go. Wait, what? Wait, what? I would love to know too. You can get a ban for his wrist? What? What are you talking about? Partying, nail salons? Rumors. Rumors. Has Daniel's family had CPS intervene before this happened? I don't think so. I don't think so. But we haven't heard from Christy, so we don't know. That would be Cheryl and Haley. But oh, wow. You heard about that too? And it's not wrong. Like, call them rumors all you want, but it's true. It's true. It is true. So, anyways, any solace would be for Meadow to go through to a truly loving family and these two never get to see her again. I can say, and we can see by looking at Meadow, she is being well cared for at this point, and it is with a foster family, and she is on the reservation. But I'm thankful that she is loved and she is being cared for. Now, having said all this, I'm going to leave it at that, and I am going to play the memorial video or the tribute video on the way out, just for today, for the intro or outro, sorry, for today. And thank you all for being here. I can't believe there's over 200 people watching me be completely unreasonable. It doesn't normally happen, but I love that you are all here. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy this tribute video that Sunny made. She did an amazing job, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Hopefully, tomorrow's Monday. Yes, tomorrow is Monday. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to, I think the audio is, tell me right away if you don't see. Crazy Town, you changed your name? Huh. Great. Anyways, let me know right away if you don't hear it. It's not my regular outro, so I don't know. And full screen and mute myself. Have a great night, everybody. Love you all.
In the woods where shadows lay, Jack and Lily went to play. On a rainy May afternoon, now we whisper hope's soft tune. Echoes of laughter fill the air, but where are they? We stand in prayer. Oh, Jack and Lily, where have you gone? We'll hold on tight through this endless dawn. In our hearts forever you'll stay. With every prayer we send your way. Hundreds gathered, hearts so strong, searching deep where they belong. Through the trees and storms they roam, wishing every child came home. Fatigued but fierce they won't give in. For every soul we search within. Oh, Jack and Lily, where have you gone? We'll hold on tight through this endless storm. In our hearts forever you'll stay. With every prayer we send away. We'll keep the hope alive today. In the silence, love will lead the way.
Please help bring us home.
They've been reporting missing, and that was very unlike Jasmine to not be in contact.
Jasmine was a really good mother that's